Fitzgerald West Valley Fire Department. At the scene of a house fire that we had here. As you can see, some of the destruction here in the garage. The crew is still mopping up some hot spots here on the 24th of July 2011. I'll get some more information for you here in a few minutes. I'll go from there.
We started in the garage, lady's home. She heard a pop in the garage, opened up the door to see what was going on. Was met with flames, exited the building. When we arrived, it was actually through the roof.
Already banded up.
71 was at 56 and 31.
Holy cow.
So I mean, I'll bet you it's not a 3-minute response here. So.
You guys first in?
Yes, sir.
What did you see when you got here, Don?
We had home occupants out here on the lawn. Male gentleman had just come out of the house, was laying down here on the lawn. We had heavy smoke and flames visible from the top of the garage. Actually, it started to impinge on the eaves right over here by the gable. The gable side, we had flames visible at the ceiling side, at the rooftop. And so the occupants were outside. I advised my crew to go ahead and pull a 2.5. We started a real quick transition, went interior right away with that hose line. Chief White was arriving here on scene pretty quick, and he assumed command. So we had quite a bit of fire inside the garage. The garage door was closed. There was a lot of fire there, so we went ahead and tried to save what we could of the inside of the house by doing an interior attack, protecting the inside of the garage.
Went into the left. We could tell the fire was all coming from the garage, so we just protected the top there. Inched our way into the garage. Heard the collapse. That's when they called for us to move out, but it looked like it was all contained pretty well in the garage.
All right. Again, Fire Marshal Bob here. We are 3236 South, about 3900 or 5900 West, in West Valley City. Had a structure fire here, and as you can see, the garage is pretty much a total loss. Motorcycle and a vehicle inside. The crews did a great job of keeping the fire from extending into the house. As you can see, the roof up there, that gable end, the fire had started to run up on the roof. If you look up at the top right there, you can see where that one section of the roof has collapsed. So they did a great job at knocking this fire down and stopping its progress from going further into the home. However, there's quite a bit of damage into the home. It's taking a couple of steps up so we can get a better view in here, just so you can look at some of the destruction. This kind of looks like it may be an area that our investigators want to take a close look at right here, just because of the patterns on the wall and everything else, and the nature of the damage. It's one of the vehicles you can see right there that's totally lost. Taking a look from the inside, you can see the damage that the fire did. The crews actually had to pull the sheetrock down, which exposes a lot of the insulation and everything else you see, but we have to do that to make sure that the fire is not running the attic above the firefighters. We'll come in a few steps further here into the kitchen, and there is the doorway to the garage right there. One last look around there. All right, there we go. Hi everybody, Fire Marshal Bob Fitzgerald. Well, our crews are still here mopping up at the scene of this fire. The investigators are well into their investigating, looking through the debris in the garage, trying to determine where this fire started and just how it started. Hopefully they'll be able to get to the bottom of this fairly soon. But just to recap things, you know, this was an aggressive fire in the garage where it built very quickly. We had crews just short distances away, 2 crews short distances away. We had a station and another crew that was just on the road at the time this fire came in. So we had a very quick response, probably about a 3-minute response. But by the time the crews got here, the fire had vented through the roof of the garage, and that's where the bulk of the damage is. There were 2 vehicles in the garage, a motorcycle and another vehicle that were in the garage. The homeowners talked about a popping sound. It sounded like someone throwing rocks against their garage door, and when they went to investigate that sound, that's when they noticed the fire. One thing that they did do is they tried to extinguish the fire. The husband of the home tried to extinguish the fire with the garden hose. Whenever something like that happens, make sure the first thing you do is get out of the house safely and call the fire department. There's not a lot of time to mess with these kind of situations. But the fire was out. The crew was able to go in and did an interior attack where they went in the front door of the home and pushed the fire back into the garage and extinguished much of the fire there. When they got to the garage door from the house, that's when they noticed that the roof had completely collapsed in the garage. So it was decided then to back the crews out and go to a defensive posture or an exterior fire attack, which they did, and put the rest of the fire out. There were still a lot of hot spots later on in the fire, but that's to be expected anytime there's a collapse or anything like that. That is just kind of normal and something to be expected. We're just grateful that everybody got out safe and everybody was able to get out. No firefighters were injured or anything like that. So anyway, again, this is Bob Fitzgerald from West Valley City Fire Department, and just remember, it's 24th of July weekend. Everybody out there, please be safe, please be smart, and let's be ready. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.